Hi, everybody. My name is Travis, and this is Travis Does Kayak Fishing. Thank you so much for stopping by. I've just got a quick topic I want to discuss today. Overnight, Hobie pretty much went on a live stream and said, "Hey, we're going to allow motors. It's happening. Be ready. It's here. The future of the sport is here, whether we like it or not." Now, there's some people who are they're purists. They want the sport to remain pedal drives, paddles, but really, here's the thing, guys. If you get nitty gritty and say, well, we can't allow motors because that's a competitive advantage, as somebody who's paddled a kayak before, as I'm sure all of you have, pedal drives have a significant advantage. They can get to the spots faster, there's a lot less energy used. They're just fantastic. You have the reverse, you have multiple advantages to having a pedal drive, typically standing capacity being one of them. Some paddles do, but those are big, heavy kayaks, tough to paddle. Motors give you the same advantage over pedal drives. You have to learn to live with that. Because Hobie is doing it, other clubs are following suit. qckbf, a local club that I'm investing a lot into this year, they are now going to allow motors in 2025. That's the lean. It's subject to change, right? Nothing's set in stone yet. That's a long ways out. But I can tell you, based on the Hobie change, the Facebook post from Vinny, it's very likely that we're going to have to accept that motors are part of the sport. You're going to have to accept that front-facing sonar are part of the sport. Well, now, because Hobie is allowing the motors, qckbf in 2025, they will also allow motors. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I don't mind. But I'm also the same guy. I don't mind if somebody has live scope and I'm competing against them. That's another big debate right now. The sport changes. It really does. I'm not even heavy and far into it, but I can already tell just from a couple of seasons of paying attention to the competitive side, one focused in it, it's a different ball game every year. And every year you have to accept. I think, yes, there's competitive advantages to motors and forward-facing sonar when used in the right hands. When you give a hammer forward-facing sonar and you give them a motor, yes, they're probably going to do some domination. That's just the way it works, and that's the way it should be. If I can have the same tools but not be as good with it, then so be it. The only thing stopping me from having live scope and the electric kayak, a motorized kayak, I should say, is the fact that I don't want to shell out the money right now. Like, why would I do that? I'm not good enough without it, so I'm not going to get it. When I get to the level I'm comfortable with, absolutely I want forward-facing sonar, and I know it'll help me get there, but I want to get there the same way as those before me. That's my purist side coming out. However, don't get it twisted. Just because I don't have forward-facing sonar or motor on my kayak doesn't mean I don't want it. I do, and I'm going to get it. It sounds like I'm going to be focused toward a motorized kayak this year. I like the Old Town Autopilot. I like the Old Town Big Water 132 ePDL. That was really nice when I got to demo it. But anyway, I'm likely getting a motorized kayak for the 2025 season. That's going to be how I adapt. But the reality of it is, you have an advantage over somebody on the water, and somebody out there has an advantage over you. That's just the way it goes. Embrace the technology. It's really cool. I'm glad we have these things. I do think some trails will remain motorless, but the major ones, qckbf, they're probably the last big one around me that doesn't allow motors. So it's here, guys. Embrace the suck. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.